Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Fantasy ChampMan Season 3, Game Week 16. Christ, I had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, welcome to the preview stream. Joined by me, Chris, FPL Captain, on the graphics normally, and once again joined by David, FPL Jills. Got it right? Got it right?
You got it right. Good evening, everyone.
How's it going, Dave? You right?
I'm good, thank you very much. Yeah, pretty pleased with my game week last week.
Yes.
Up to 7th now. So yeah, catching up, Benno. Excited about that.
Well, you managed to get rid of the myth of the left-hand side. So of the stream when you were on. So yeah, Benno stepped in last minute. It was adamant he didn't want to be on the left-hand side because he thinks it's cursed. I mean, Martin and Craig, they do somehow tend to have the worst weeks on the left. But yeah, no, you've come in and smashed it. So yeah, no, it's a good week. Saw it all happening.
Well, when there's ups, there's downs as well. So I look forward to being brought back down to earth this week.
No, and Benno, yeah, so yeah. I mean, I saw the team I saw his team obviously earlier in the day, and as it came up, just brutal, absolutely brutal for 2 reds, and the week as well, the returns. But no, good sports.
I was trying to find the clip on YouTube where he threw something across the room. I wanted to turn it into a GIF, but I couldn't find it. But if anyone knows what minute it was, let us know in the chat, and I look forward to turning that into a GIF. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, please do. Please do. And if anybody does, feel free. I don't have the time. I would love to go back through loads of the videos week on week and check out the all the grief. Yeah, like make it into some montage every week. There were a couple. Yeah, if anybody does have time, there's a couple of wicked predictions from Benno at the beginning. The score predictions. I think he said like Leicester Liverpool would be 1-0, for example. Just going, yeah, nah. But cool. So right, I think what we'll do is we'll go through some of the League Cup fixtures that happened. I know you've all been desperate to find out who Halifax have got in the quarterfinal of the League Cup. So we'll find that out, and then we will talk about the double game weeks, and then run through team by team. We'll go through the last week's fixtures kind of just as we sort of start talking about the team. Cool. Who have we got in the chat? Smiths, hey. John Shanley, Michael Smith, good evening. Pillows Beard. Look at those 2 devilishly handsome bastards. Not me. I'm talking about the rabbits behind me.
I think you must be on a different stream.
We got a runner, hey, and Luke. How's it going, guys? To me, does Captain look like Bear Grylls? Do I? Bear Grylls?
Yeah,
I mean,
think that's a fair shout.
This guy. Not that I've got a copy of his book directly here. Need to like
signed by the author.
Me, no. Happens to be one of my favourite authors. And guys, he is a legend. So I'll take that. Thank you. Very kind. Right, League Cup. Where are we at? So we had some we had some games on Wednesday. So we had a Merseyside derby, Everton 2, Liverpool 3, Gravison with 2, and yeah, Liverpool away from home, free scoring. Leeds 4-0 over Preston. Looks like they repped a fair bit. Alan Smith making a second appearance of the season.
He's great when he plays. He just
stats-wise, he's mad, isn't he? Look at that, at 23. Yeah, pretty good. What I did notice about Alan Smith, actually, is that Anderlecht are interested in him. So, and it's fair to think that he might want to go away. He's not getting the game time. It's well down the pecking order. United 3, Arsenal 0. Dwight York with 2, carrying on his good run. Against the League Cup, so we generally see a lot of rotation. The low reputation of the tournament, don't we?
Muirhead's getting a start again. I mean, I know they rep, but he's made a few kind of appearances on benches and whatnot this week.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
This season, sorry. Even if he's not come on, he's definitely been there or thereabouts in the 16.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, one to keep an eye on for Chadwick owners, I suppose. But yeah, he's sort of the type of player that, well, at the moment, still only featuring when they've repped. So yeah, interesting with obviously Chadwick getting sent off to see what that means for how they line up. Borough lost to Southampton. Marian Pahars with 2. Still not a bad Liverpool Middlesbrough side. Could have done all right. And then Chelsea are through after beating Newcastle 2-1 away from home. No Alan Shearer in the Newcastle lineup. So here's your quarterfinals. Chelsea, Halifax have got an away tie at Chelsea. Dream quarterfinal tie for them. They'll be well chuffed.
That'd be the TV fixture, won't it? Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, whole town will be down in there. Down in southwest London.
Millwall Leeds, I'll fancy that for a few fights outside the grounds.
And then United Derby, Millwall Leeds, Southampton Liverpool. So what that does mean then from ChampMan perspective is that we've got a confirmed double game week. Oop, wrong one. Where am I at? 16, 17. Confirmed double game week 17. So Everton and Middlesbrough have both got doubles. So Everton's double is Leeds at home and Middlesbrough at home. And then Borough's double is Man City at home and Chelsea away. Sorry, Everton away. So yeah, given that's only not this game week, the following one, does that make things interesting, Dave?
I think it does. I think a lot of people are going to triple up, understandably, on Borough. Everton possibly not so much. I think either side of the game week they've not got the best fixtures. I think Middlesbrough got quite a few away games shortly after their double. So I think the debate is: do you jump on their defenders for only probably to jump off again, or just focus on the attackers? So a lot of people thinking about Atherton, McAteer, Unsworth, Honcho. I personally am going to probably try and avoid the defenders. I don't really fancy booking in transfers, but I think defenders are a viable strategy. It'd be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Everton will come on to when they go team by team, and so it's one that that Panda and I, we've got one of the Everton wing backs now in our dead team. He's got McAteer, I've got Naismith. They generally only one does well. Although this week actually McAteer scored and Naismith got an assist. It's usually one or the other. But yeah, it was interesting. We both picked one at the start of the season for our dead teams. They do just generally tick along. So yeah, if you did want to look at Everton defensively, then yeah, there is some attacking output from those wing backs for sure. I mean, yeah, fixtures wise, you've got Tottenham away this week, the double, but then you've got City away, Middlesbrough away for Everton, before Blackburn at home, Villa at home. So 2 away immediately following the double. So yeah, it might be like you say, you're booking a transfer in if you are looking to go down that route.
If you do, I don't know, with the Everton after the double, then they've got 4 out of the next 6 are away, or 5 out of the next 8. And it's quite a lot for a defender that's got a lot of away games. Yeah, it's not for me, but I can understand why some people would chance their arm for the upside. Just think, you're not going to captain them, are you? Defender. So don't know if it's worth booking that transfer. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but we know how powerful 2 home games is, or the home steer on home is. So yeah, could be a week for. I said we'll jump on Everton in a minute, but yeah, I'd like to Christie potentially. So yeah, Gravison.
Titoff. That's what I've got. Titoff. So he stays. Just at that nice price, isn't he? Where you can just leave him in there, bench him if you need to.
Definitely had a good week a couple of weeks ago. Question in the chat: if a potential rep game is in midweek, does that make that side more likely to rep than if it was on the weekend? I think it's more that if we're talking about, do you mean from the League Cup games where we've seen rotation? A lot of the times that's because of the reputation of the tournament itself. So because it's a low reputation, that factors into the AI's thinking when they're picking the team. So they're more likely. Certainly, bigger teams are more likely to kind of rotate, and even you'll see the Watfords and whatnot rotate as well, just because of the reputation. So, not really. No, the only thing that would matter would be if there were any sort of injuries or condition issues the players might have. There might be some individual rotation, but yeah, generally it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Cool, and then so that's game week 17, and then we have got a confirmed double for game week 20. Game week 21, which is nope, that one there. So that will be game week 21, double game week 21, confirmed doubles for Blackburn, who have got Ipswich away, Coventry at home. You've got Chelsea, who have got Norwich at home, Leeds at home. So that's all right. Coventry, Arsenal away, Blackburn away, not so good. And then Leeds, who have got Man United away and Chelsea away. So yeah, what would you say would be the best double from those, Dave?
I think the interesting one is with Leeds, even though it's two of the hardest away games, either side of that you've got Watford away, which we all know all about Watford, and then Norwich at home. So you might have done the hokey cokey with the strikers that week, but now you can probably hold Viduka or Larson for the tricky double, knowing that there's even as the worst case scenario is probably 4 points, which isn't a disaster given by how the strikers did this week. Coventry, obviously, no one's going to be jumping on them, but that's nice for Headman owners. You get the double. Chelsea, yeah, definitely great one for the. I think great one for all the defenders plus Carboni because he's on set pieces, and then Blackburn. It's probably two of the as a double. It's two of the easier fixtures, and it's in a nice run for Blackburn as well. Um, I think it's a tricky week to choose a captain, to be honest, because there's maybe no standout strike. Would you want to captain Viduka in a double away? I don't know, but you certainly hold him. Coventry, you're not going to go for their strikers. Chelsea, I think we've seen Johnson's dropped off, so you're really going to get them. Would maybe captain someone like Carboni or a defender? So which leads me to Blackburn, and I'm eyeing up possibly getting in Janssen for the run, but then maybe a captain option. But then he's not been that good, so it'd be interesting to see where people go with that. I think overall, if you've got a double or treble Chelsea defense, that's looking good.
Yeah, makes sense. I think the Chelsea double, I think is the one I think people will probably target more. Even Leeds at home, you could play the wingers at Chelsea against the wing backs of Leeds, and feel like you might be able to get some joy there. But yeah, no, good to get some different types of game weeks going.
Definitely.
Hopefully that all helps with some interesting bits and pieces. Cool. I'm trying to think. What else we got? Job information, just quickly. So McLeish is still there somehow, some way. As is Wenger, although he's just insecure now. Birmingham lost their manager recently. I'm trying to think who that might have been. Jerry Francis. After a poor run of fixtures, although they're only 11th, although they're in Div 2, so probably should be doing better. What else happened this week? Frederick Risp ended up going to Copenhagen.
Great player. If anyone plays this game or is new to playing the game, definitely sign Risp. He's a superb. I think he's centre back, isn't he? Top centre back.
Very, very good. Interestingly, there was a lot of Premier League interest. So yeah, we'll come on to the Repka one. But Brighton keeps signing players. Just on holiday, they're just going mad. So yeah, Blackburn were interested. Sheffield United, interestingly. Porto. Copenhagen. So just wanting to stay in the Nordics, which is fine.
A few comments in the chat about Crouch, but I'm sure you probably weren't expecting him to be this bad, were you? Because I've played this and he normally does pretty well.
Yeah, definitely not. Panzer's got him in his dead team. expected more from him. Definitely, he's it's just been. I don't know if it's been the fixtures. I've not necessarily been following the fixtures so closely, but it might be. I mean, nobody really from Blackburn have just kind of been middling, all in all, really. But yeah, you feel like I'm certainly when I'm doing the comms, I'm not seeing him. He's not having games where he's having 5-6 shots.
And they've played Everton home, they've played Watford, they've played a double, they've played Norwich at home, they've played Spurs. He's been, I think he got 1 goal or 1 assist? He's been awful. It's just the way the game goes sometimes. Another season he'd get 20, easy. Well, Panda's obviously seen something in him.
Well, yeah, 15th in the table. They've just not been doing well. 1 goal in 12.
Oh, 1 in 12. There we go.
Yeah, you want better. You want to do better, especially off the back of years. Last season, 30 goals in 48.
Shocker.
Cool. All good. Other than that, transfers wise, yeah, just some slightly interesting ones for anybody who's obviously follows some of these within the game. Perlo ended up going to Anderlecht, which is interesting. And you've got Cisse's gone to Rangers. And Zanetti went from Inter to Dortmund, just as your big money moves. And yeah, heartbreakingly, Mark Kerr has ended up at Portsmouth, where they sacked Glenn Hoddle about a week later. And they've now got Stuart Baxter. So, sorry, not Glenn Hoddle. Forgotten who they had in. Anyway, they brought him in, and then Manchester got sacked. So yeah, it's a waste. You want to see Mark Kerr in as him. Cool. Should we run through the teams?
Let's do it.
So start with Arsenal. So AJ is out for a while. We know this. I think what's Rob got him down as game week 29. He's back 3 months with a torn groin muscle. Wish him a speedy recovery. You've got Upson, who was due to come back in a couple of weeks' time, so he's got 10 days left. Otherwise, you've got Henry at 93%. I mean, the less we say about Henry's season, the better, really. Have you ever had him? Have you had him at any point yet, Dave?
I got him in at wildcard on game week 5, I think. I think I had one. Let's just go back and look. I had one bad game. I think he blanked, and I thought, do you know what? He's going to have one of them seasons, and I got rid of him straight away. Ipswich at home, I think he blanked, and I sacked him off quite quickly. And yeah, it was obviously the right call. But we know what he can do, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on a tear second half of the season. And I think that's where obviously gains can be made. It's just a punt, isn't it?
I do like that international stat this season. 9 appearances, 12 goals, average rating of 9.22. It's not like he's terrible.
It's bad luck, but they're playing. They're normal away, and he doesn't have that Selakovic type player next to him. I mean, if Bergkamp was next to him, and it's 4-4-1-1, then he'd probably score a lot more. But he doesn't have that creative force next to him. Unfortunately.
Although saying that, he did return last game week. So yeah, in a home game against Leeds. So does he look a better player with Jeffers next to him? I think since AJ's been there, he's been getting a lion's share of the goals.
He was banging them in before, wasn't he? Yeah. I think he's a stay off for now. I'd stay out of the way.
I mean, fixtures wise, he's got a home game against Norwich in 17, then 2 aways, and then Man City, Coventry. So yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he scored a hat-trick against Norwich, because you know what this game's like, and it's Norwich. So there's every chance. And if anyone's on free hit, I think someone picked it up on the Discord the other day. If you're on free hit, definitely give him it might be worth a shot.
Definitely. So we've got an upcoming suspension for Basidas. You've got 5 yellow cards. So that's going to start from game week 17 for anybody on Basidas. Can't imagine there are many. And then otherwise, everyone else, a little bit of 95, 96. Van Bronckhorst at 94. Other than that, you're all looking all right.
What's latest with the keeper? Right was wanted, wasn't he? He's not anymore by the looks of things.
No, It was by Norwich, I think, actually, who have gone and signed Andy Marshall this week. So
clearly know what they're doing, don't they?
Might be, or is it Bradford? Might be Bradford, actually. Hang on, it's on here. It's on here. No, it's not.
It was Norwich. I think it was Norwich.
So yeah, Festival and right, still there. Otherwise, away to Liverpool this week. Not a deal. But yeah, you start your attacking players if you've got them. Yeah, Perez is there, but yeah, you don't expect them to get too much, I guess. What was interesting actually this week was Sol Campbell missed out. There's nothing wrong with him, but maybe off a bit of low form, maybe. But Tablaridis came in. So yeah, just want to keep an eye on.
It helped Viduka owners, I think.
Yes, second minute. Second minute fire start for Viduka. Good work. Cool. Move on to Villa. So Alpine is still injured. He's due to be back next week, though he's still out for a week with a twisted knee, so he might still struggle. Danny Mills is now orange flagged. He was injured. He was due to come back next week, so he's orange flagged. He's down to 63%, so a big doubt to play. Anybody who's got him as bench fodder at 4 million, I know I do. And then I think just in terms of general fitness, it's looking okay. Your Melbournes, your Dublins, Middlesbrough at home for Villa this week. But they got 4 home games in the next. 3 home games in the next 4. So Middlesbrough, and then you got Blackburn away, Ipswich at home, Arsenal at home. Anything take your fancy there?
I think if you've got your Villa assets, you definitely play them. It would be 4-4-2 against 4-4-2, so probably low scoring. I think anyone with Rufus, you start him. Anyone who's holding Angel or Dublin, you start him. But yeah, I wouldn't be jumping on their assets because Borough obviously got a decent defence.
Yep. Makes sense. Moving on to Blackburn. So not too much really going on here. De Boer is he's been re-injured actually. Sorry, so he was a doubt. I think he was orange flagged last week. He didn't play, but now he's re-injured himself in training, so he's out for another 2 weeks. Yeah, bad season for injuries for De Boer.
Is Solano as well? Are you able to click on history? I think you can go on history and then click on injuries.
Yeah, so really, I mean, yeah, he's made 3 league appearances. Started the season. No, he missed the start of the season for 2 months.
That's right.
Had a few games, had a few starts, and then yeah.
I swear Solano has been injured 3 or 4 times now. He's been in and out of that team.
It's a long list.
Look at that.
Look at all the So there's from the 23rd. Yeah, all this season. Yeah. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a couple of weeks. Yeah, he's quite high injury prone.
It's a lot of bruises.
Yeah, is he? I think he is. I think he is quite injury prone. Those that still go in the editor will know. But yeah, I felt like he is generally always injured. But when he plays, he can play. He can do well. So yeah, otherwise for Blackburn, all looking all right. Bolton away, Villa at home, Newcastle at home, Bradford at home for the next 4. So it might not be a bad run to maybe after this week you've got 3 homes in a row.
Yeah, I'm tempted by Janssen for that run, even though he's been poor because the fixtures. If I do that though, I can't get Viduka. Whereas if I go Boya, who's a significant saving, and ignore Janssen, then I can easily get Viduka. So yeah, but I still think Larson can match him. 2 million less. I think that's the route I'm going to go. But I can understand how that could go tits up.
Yeah, I mean, Is that because he's now classified as a midfielder this year? Do you think that kind of
Yeah,
changes your thinking?
definitely. Yeah, the extra points are there. I, if it wasn't for the run, I wouldn't go near him. But it's such a good run with a double, and he's a captaincy option that I'm definitely tempted.
Yeah, I think he's the type of player that I think, especially last season, it felt like he would just away from home, he'd put in a brace and kind of
Yeah.
score almost when you don't expect him to, and then he'd be a bit of a troll at home. So saying that, he's got 3 home games coming up, but that was last season.
I don't know if you saw Craig's pod this week with Robin, FPL Red Arrow. So and Robin was basically saying that Janssen's stats just aren't very good, and I think he's finishing and off the ball are pretty low. Although he's fast, got good acceleration and pace, good technique, but he's not really a goal scorer as such. His jumping and heading are poor as well. So maybe a bit of overperforming last 2 seasons, and maybe that's where he should be this season. But I think I'll still chance him.
Fair enough. That's the is that the attackers pod?
It was.
It's the man on
I
guy.
think it was. It was a man on. It was the attackers
Yeah,
pod. Yeah, it was a good one. Worth a listen.
nice. Yes, he asked me for some screenshots. So
Ah,
yeah, cool. I haven't had a chance to have a look at, but yeah, check it out. Check that out, guys. That's the man on pod, guys. Keep pushing out the content. Keep checking it out. Cool. All right, let's have a look. Sorry, did we say who they got? Yeah, Bolton away. So speaking of Bolton, again, maybe a bit low condition from the League Cup, but nothing of real note.
well, you've got Replica there now.
Of condition, yes.
Oh, of condition of apology.
But no, you're absolutely right. Thomas Repka has come in from West Ham. Those who played in season 1 will remember Repka for 2 things: good for bonus points, and good for red cards.
Can you see if his red cards? If you go on the blue arrow, I'm not sure. Would it show you just underneath where it says playing career? You got your blue arrow.
Oh yes, sorry. There.
Yeah. Any reds this season?
Okay,
No.
so here we are. Sorry, I'm saying he's good for red cards. He had 1. I think he had a couple of sendings, still double yellow sendings. I don't know. It felt like it. It felt
Yeah,
like
it
a lot
did. I
more.
think if you have him, he does normally. Oh, he often gets sent off because I think he's got high aggression, has he? I think.
Yes, 20 for aggression.
Aggression, but that's so 20 for aggression. Bravery is that's 15, so that's that's fairly good. But then you've got 20 for jumping, 19 for heading, 18 for positioning, 17 for tackling. He's a really good player. That'll definitely improve Bolton's defense. I just wonder who's going to come out now because they got Simica, Hendry, DeVos, Dunn. Hendry's still there, isn't he? Yeah, he's on the bench there. So someone will drop out. But they've all signed all those defenders fairly recently.
They have, yes. I mean, DeVos probably the oldest one, if I was going to go that far. I think Dunn came in over the summer, yeah. And Shimmick was the same, middle of last season. So, I mean, yeah, Shimmick's on pens. We have got, what's he down? It's at 5 million. So he's priced the same as the others. Obviously, Simica's on pens still. It's probably still the standout, but I guess from a bonus point perspective, 19 heading, 20 jumping,
Marking as well, 18.
Yeah, so could be back and good for bonus when they have a goalkeeper who doesn't keep getting sent off. Poor UC, who he was suspended for 3 games previously. Last week was his previous comeback game, and now because it's another one, he's got 4-match ban beginning from game week 17. So Benno's got him for his home game against Blackburn. But yeah, after that, I think if you are sorry.
That's funny.
It was hilarious, right? Like reading it, reading it coming through. But interestingly, the stat I did at the beginning of the game was the Bolton conceded 2.2 goals per game with the young James Evans in goal. So take that how you will. But yeah, he's not great.
He's Division 3 level going by. I think it's handling, positioning, reflexes I usually go by. I think that's the general guide for goalies. and yeah, not great.
Not great at all. Cool.
So which game run does he miss? If that's the 9th of December, which game weeks does he miss?
So that would be from the 9th, did it say?
I'm sure I might have got that wrong. Sorry.
I don't know. You're right. No, from the 6th.
6th. Sorry. Yeah.
6th. So yeah, he'll miss. So he's got Blackburn. He'll miss Watford, Borough, Norwich, and Newcastle. Yeah, that's 4 straight weeks. I mean, yeah. So I mean, Bolton defensively. I mean, it's not necessarily a run you would potentially target, although Watford and Norwich in 4 isn't too bad. But yeah, if you're a Gardner owner, I mean, you keep him for his attacking returns anyway, I suppose.
I was going to bring him in this week. I'm sure many will. Yeah, like you say, you get him for his attacking returns, not for his defensive ones.
Yeah. So yeah, it might be a slow uptake on Repco, but it'd be interesting to see where he fits in. Obviously, could have some joy depending on how Blackburn line up. Away from home, yeah, their last one was a bit savage defensively. The classic
shocker. Well, I don't think how many of them are actually DMs out of Wallace, O'Brien, and Two-Guy.
Yeah, Wallace is, but he's piss poor.
Shit, yeah.
Bob is an AM.
Yeah.
And then Two-Guy can be. Yeah, so 2 of them. Right. Yeah, Bob's got no business being there.
So yeah, and one of them's terrible as well. So no wonder they got they were awful, weren't they?
They were. Cool. Bradford. Not that too many are on assets, but Ashley Ward had a good game out last time round. Still only 3 for the season with a brace. Otherwise, yeah, McMahon is injured. I don't think what's he down at? Oh, it's a big one. 3 months with a hip injury. Otherwise, Robbie Blake. He is 84%. He's not flagged. He's just low condition. He's unhappy. He feels like he's been victimised by his manager. So there might have been some news that he's been slated. I mean, 1 goal in 13 for your main striker, I suppose, isn't ideal.
You got yourself to blame, Robbie.
But it does feel Peter Hoekstra as an essential team member, which I agree with, sitting in my dead team. Otherwise, yeah, everyone at Bradford is all good. Leeds away.
Innocent got benched, didn't he, last game? That's the first time we've seen that, I think.
Is this a League Cup? No, he played centre back.
Oh, hold on, sorry, it was the other one. Brooms got benched. That's right. Brooms was benched, and we expect him usually to play, don't we?
Yes, yeah, he's played every game week so far, bar last one. And yeah, Chris Plummer. So it's either Brooms or Plummer, one of the handyman duo who fits in that position. And yeah, Andy Holt, only know him really because Panda's got him in his dead team. And his dead team has beaten me by 20 points, 30 points. So it's not that I'm bitter. But yeah, I can't believe this guy is still racking up the points. And he got an assist last week as well. But there we go. We move on to Chelsea. So Chelsea are generally looking okay. You've got Petit, who is 1 yellow card away from a ban. So I know he's had a good run the last few weeks. So we don't want to see him getting a booking. You've got Petit, haven't you?
I have. Yeah, I think I'll jump off next week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. United away, Sunderland away, Leeds away. That's painful. But you're going to want him for Watford at home, right?
I only got him because I couldn't afford Zenden or Carboni, and I just knew I needed a Chelsea mid. And Martin had him, and he'd done nothing for weeks. And then I jumped on him, and I think he's got something for me every week so far. Really lucky.
He's over Carboni for pens, isn't he?
Yeah, he scored a pen last week. After UC got sent off.
Yes. Yeah, and Carboni was on the pitch. So yeah, it's not a bad shout at all. Not a bad shout at all. And what is he priced at? 6? I'm gonna guess.
No, he's I think he's 7.5. But
is he?
Nicky Butt's been signed, so
yes, you're right.
We don't know where he's going to come in.
You can tell I don't do the pricing. Yeah, Nicky Butt's come in. He didn't feature. So yeah, there might be, like you say, might be some rotation, might be Lamps misses out. Wherever Lamps is, I have to click on him. There he is. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. And yeah, home game against Watford, potential rep.
Potential rep, you'd have to say so.
So it'd be interesting to see if if Butt does start this week, if we think there might be. Will we leak it? Probably not. We were told we're being too nice, so we've stopped leaking.
You've still not dropped it yet with everything. Every time there's been big rep, you've let everyone know. There's not been a case of a full rep and no warning.
There was so last week, week before, we had Georgic start on the left wing for United. So yeah, we decided not to leak anyone from United. But yeah, because there's one thing, you know, we know the engaged player base. It knows that there's certain types of players that immediately indicate that the team's going to rep. So yeah, it's not a case of trying to pull double bluffs or anything like that, but trying to provide information that we think will be, useful. And we absolutely try our best not to look at the actual results and the goal scorers before we look at the games, before we look at the leak. So yeah, we generally just try and pick something interesting. Some weeks it works. Well, some weeks it shows to good, like Marchant got a brace for Norwich a couple of weeks ago and we leaked him. Others like Barrett starting for Bolton is just interesting. And it might help owners of Ramberg or whatnot jump off. So yeah, still try and keep it varied, keep you guessing. We don't want to be predictable, I guess is the main.
Yeah, Joe's saying in the chat, I think the leaks have been good. Otherwise, it ruins the Thursday night. Otherwise, I agree, Joe. I think it's been a good balance, and I don't think you can be, if doing it at the start of the season, first 5-10 game weeks, because the new players will just think, oh, what's this, and they're not going to be engaged anymore. But for me, there would be no harm in if there was a full rep of one of the big teams not mentioning it in the league 1 week. But I think we're far enough in the season now to know that everyone's been warned at some point it's going to happen, and at some point you're going to not let us know, and it is what it is.
He said smiling. Yeah, no, exactly. Happens in FPL, right? Happens in FPL all the time. We don't get it. You get very little. Sometimes you get completely the wrong information.
Yeah, I got Madison in, and Leicester rotated 8 players. We knew it was going to happen potentially, so you risk it.
Let's not talk about FPL unless you've had just as bad a game week as I have.
My bench has scored more points than my first 11, but I'm on bench boost.
I was going to say.
And that, I purposely lined up the bench because I purposely lined up the bench with the worst players, and they've got 16, and my main team's got 15. Anyway, ChampMan FPL.
ChampMan FPL. Don't worry, I'm on 14 from 9, I think.
31, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, you can't talk to me about FPL. Cool. Coventry are looking pretty smashed up. For anybody who went with Matthias, he got hurt 2 weeks, knee ligaments for Matthias, one of the new signings. Other than that, Matt Lawrence, I think he's an existing one. So he's back game week 18. He's got 2 weeks left. Strained ankle ligaments. Otherwise, Coventry, innit? Who are they looking at? Ipswich at home, Newcastle away, Bradford at home. Not an awful 3 games if you're on someone like Lee Hughes. Still Coventry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everton, fresh up a 3-0 or 3-0? What's 3-0? Yes, 3-0 win at Coventry. Like I say, defenders with plenty of attacking returns and Christie back on the score sheet. So Everton, condition-wise, not looking too bad. Titov at 97, McAteer's down at 98, GX at 92 for anyone going there. Big Dunk's unhappy. Wants first team football. Oof.
You've got Eleftheropoulos suspension at some point, haven't you?
From this week.
From this week, there we go.
From this week, 3-match ban. So yes, he misses Tottenham, Leeds at home, and Borough at home as well.
So we expect, is it Alexo to play because he's been benched? On the subs bench recently. Yes. I don't know if he's been on it every week. I can't remember.
He came on. He came on for Felaforopoulos last week before last.
Was it the first game of the season? Say, was he on the bench then, or right at the start?
Yes.
Right. He looks stats-wise, he's better than the Bolton reserve keeper.
So Simonson was on then.
Ah.
Bit of Simonson.
Right. So it could be.
Unless he was injured. No.
It could be the likely Alexo. And how much is Alexo?
Just gonna check. Excuse me. 4.5.
Okay, so
Alexio is. I mean, yeah, Felaforopoulos 5.5 anyway. So, yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to go there. But in terms of, does that put you off other assets? You don't think so much. Although, it's all right. There's a lot worse.
Yeah.
Very condition. Ipswich.
That's interesting. Sorry, Alexo's only on 85% condition. He's obviously played.
Sorry.
So it might be Simonson. You never know. Obviously, he could definitely play, but he might not.
No, good spot. Good spot because Simonson is. No, he can hold the ball. Can't do anything else. Eesh. So yeah, interesting one. So what's that? Tottenham away. I mean, those who are still on, we'll come on to Tottenham in a bit, but those who are on Chris Wood shouldn't be discouraged, probably.
Chris Wood or Martin Wood?
Chris Wood? That's Chris Wood. I don't have Chris Wood in my team either, so I don't know where he came from. Martin Wood. Thanks, Dave. Remind me of FPL again. So Ipswich looking all right. No big injuries. You've got Matty Holland, who's 1 yellow away from a ban. You've got David Prutton, who was orange flagged last week. He's back to full health. Otherwise, yeah, looking all right.
Abidallah's wanted. Top right. He's quite decent in this game. Shame. Oh, by Carlisle. There you go. It's a shame.
He's made one appearance. Oh yeah, I think we feel like we leaked that one.
As well.
Yikes.
No, it's not him that's good. Sorry, my mistake. It's Cheapo that's actually supposed to be pretty good in the game. I've never signed him before. Apparently, if you play him, he's really good.
Yes.
He hasn't done anything this season. A couple of assists, that's it.
Yeah, I recognised him. I recognised his name when he signed this year. But yeah, he's not done too much. But he has been sat in the. He's not been a forward player. That's all been for. Although they've been playing some strange formations recently, I think this is kind of one of their normal ones, I suppose. But split forwards.
They'll play. Who have they got? Because it's Coventry away, so I'm not quite sure what formation they'll play, but they won't be too defensive, I'm sure.
No, so similar formation. That was Everton away.
It might be similar to that, I'd imagine.
Potentially. So that was Ipswich. Leeds United. So Radaby was injured in the League Cup. He's out for 2 weeks with a damaged foot. So lends the way for a Fernando. Is it generally Fernando who sits back in? Yeah, it's a good player actually. Mad player actually. Christ, some good stats. We can't jump. Can head the ball. We can't jump.
Jumping's height, isn't it? I think so. He's obviously short, but he can leather it with his head. Yeah. So Singh's on 91, and we think Singh usually plays at home over Hart in the formation. So chance that Hart comes in possibly, but probably still lean towards Singh.
5 starts for Hart, but yet Gary Kelly is the one who's been turning it on.
Yeah, 6
assists this year. A better strike rate from starting at least than either of the other two. So I think there can't be many that are on Hart now. Still,
surely not though.
Bradford at home, potential rep game for sure. Yeah, I mean Larson's 96%. That's fine. I mean, yeah, if you're on any of the the Leeds midfield, the Bowyer, Kewell, Aymar, love triangle. You're rolling the dice every week at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah,
Do you
and
think?
Keane as well. And there's obviously the odd appearance from McPhail. I've not touched any of their midfielders all season. I think the decision this week is you have to go lead striker. Do you go Larson, or do you go Viduka, or do you go both? And they're the three options. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have one, I think the run they've got coming up, then you're gonna fall way behind.
Who are you going with?
I think I'm gonna go Larson. Points per game, he's matched him. I need the money to do my other moves, and so yeah, gonna go Larson. I think. I know he's not as good a player, but hey, you can't ignore. I don't. It's not form, but I try and always go towards how our sim is performing over what simmers are doing. And we obviously really appreciate all the work the simmers do, but in this season of this for game file, he's got 9 in 11. He's not suddenly going to drop off anytime soon with an 8.5 rating, so he's great for bonus as well. So I think the 2 million can be reinvested really well. I can go from a 4.5 defender up to a premium. So that's what I'll be looking to do. I think I'm going to go Larson.
Fair enough.
Could end in tears.
Could go one of those. I mean, it feels like a lot of the Leeds games recently, maybe not last week, but it's always been, you feel like the front two are reliable for a return, even if it's one assist in the other.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you can go too far wrong. Obviously, yeah, if you went with a Keane or a Kewell, it's a risk, but it's a gamble that could pay off really well. There we go. Luke Disable saying jumping is winning the header, heading is direction.
Thanks, Luke.
Cool. Leicester.
I will always bow down to Luke's superior knowledge over mine.
I mean, bow down to all things, Luke. I think we'll agree with that. Cool. So yeah, Leicester are still pretty ravaged. So Muzzy is it? Still out for 2 months with a torn knee ligaments. Sturridge, I think, is a new. No, he was 82% as a doubt last week. So I think he's been re-injured in training this week. So he's out for a further month.
You can look on the history again just to check when it happened.
Wow. Yeah, so it kind of gives you a bit of a continuation, it feels like, because this is saying he was injured during training.
Yeah.
And this is also a calf strain.
Hang on, and that was 12th of January 02, so it's not even on there. I think it must just be the old injuries, so you can't tell yet.
Yeah, weird. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. So what does that mean? It means more Trevor Benjamin, more potentially Joby and McAnuff, who McAnuff was a orange flag last week. I'm not sure if he played. No, he was on the bench last week.
Can you click on Benjamin? How's he done
sorry.
after you've done McAnuff? Yeah, he's done all.
Trevor.
He's been.
It's
4 in 10. It's not bad.
Mm.
He's all right.
He's fine.
His form's been good. If you like form.
if you like that sort of thing. What's he at? What's he priced at? He's a 7 mil forward. Same price as Sturridge.
Yeah, rather have Christie, especially with the double coming up.
Yeah.
Or Tommy Smith, or
I think that's fair. I think
Libra.
I think maybe Joby comes back in. He's got the potential. You know, he's in the game as a forward. He generally plays. He can play right wing, or he plays up front. But yeah, we've seen the likes of Scowcroft also kind of have that similar position. He's 7 mil as well. But yeah, otherwise, Jerry Ferry is still out for a few days. He's orange flagged at 77%. If anyone is still holding on to him, everyone else is all right. Norwich away. And then what else are they looking like? Sunderland at home, Leeds away, and City away. So yeah, this might be if you're on Leicester, this is probably the last game. Maybe Sunderland at home is all right, isn't it?
Yeah. So. But then they have 2 away, and then they have home, away, home. So after the next 4, then have 5 out of 6 at home. So you probably jump off and then jump back on, I'd imagine, if you were inclined to do so.
Yeah, McAnuff was the only one. It was between him and Hoekstra for me. 5 million mids at the beginning of the season. And I think he got a brace in the first game week of the season and then got a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
Or similar. But yeah, that's Leicester. Where are we next? Liverpool. Liverpool, fresh off the back of their Merseyside derby in the win, but also 5-3 away victory at Leicester. Yeah, one of the maddest results, I think, certainly this season. A higher scoring game this season for sure. But yeah, just weird. Like, yeah, there's a reason Benno was saying it was 1-0, I think, at the start. In that, I think you might have done as well. It's that, yeah, Liverpool just aren't that free scoring side.
I think I said 2-1 Liverpool, but yeah, but they don't score loads. But I suppose Liverpool only they need Biscan at the back, or they're going to concede goals. They need Biscan and Hupia, and obviously they play Biscan in midfield, and then you had Leicester with is it Sherman in midfield with a 6, and he's quite poor, isn't he? He looks all right.
He's okay.
He's German, David Sherman, the German, apparently.
Yes.
But yeah, he didn't have a great game. And then Delaney, he's a 3 and he's played with a 9. So 5 goals through the middle, and he's got a 9. So you can play there, yeah. But then that's more or less their first defense. I think Sinclair's beaten them out a bit, but yeah, to concede 5 goals.
Yeah, I think Delaney normally sits here, doesn't he? And Taggart would come in for Heath.
They're missing Jerry, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm missing the ferry. He was suspended, I think, for a couple of games as well before he got injured. So yeah, just
one a freak result, just a one-off, you think?
Yeah, I mean, they've put 3 past Everton away, but then you look at the games beforehand. Scored 1-1.
Yeah,
bit of joy away in Turkey, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, it's a pattern, right? That all may change, however. Michael Owen is 90% orange flagged. He's only one day away. One day away.
Do Liverpool play today?
They do play today.
Right. They're going to play him, aren't they?
You know they're going to play.
And you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, man with a just
look at those knee ligaments and
look at them legs. Shin splints. Oh wow! I mean, how are you out for? I mean, that's almost consistent. That's almost constant, isn't it? That's out for a good 6 months with shin splints. No one likes to see that. That's horrendous.
But the thing is, if you look, the first one was the 5th of Feb, 3 months, and then 2 months later they're starting him, and he's got it again.
True. Yeah, no, you're right. They need. It's because look at him. They need him.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be Heskey plus possibly him. But if they didn't play him, who have they got as strikers?
Well, Robbie Fowler is also injured. He's out for 2 weeks with a pulled hamstring. Smitsa he was a previous injury. He's back. He's still out for 3 weeks. Back game week 20. Litmanen is also injured. Who would have been the one I would have said have come straight in. 2 weeks with a damaged foot, also injured in that win at Everton. I didn't sense the aggression in a League Cup fixture, but every game's important on Merseyside.
Is it Daniel Sholand? Have they still got him?
Yeah, Daniel Sholand, I think. Who's not the worst striker you've ever seen.
No. Is it Neil Mellor? I think I saw as well. Is he any good on this?
Yeah,
it's all right. It's all right. It's
massive.
Looking, isn't he?
Actually massive. And then yeah, Heskey owners, you're fine. And then I mean,
Cinema Pongo.
Summer signing.
God, he's awful.
Yeah, he was the one who was due to sign for like 2 years or something stupid. Yeah. So yeah, I think you're probably, if I had to guess, I would say it would be Sholand and Heskey. I mean, it's Arsenal at home. It's not like you go in there directly, but
I don't think they can stick a midfielder up front either.
There's a few.
I don't know. But Smeetsha normally, wouldn't it? But they can't stick him up front.
Interesting. So could be Heskey and Owen. We don't know. Cool. And then Hippier is 1 yellow away from a ban. Otherwise, that's Liverpool. For Man City, Huckabee is out for 2 weeks for strained knee ligaments, so he's going to be out for the next game week for sure. One chop's okay. The rest of the team are looking all right. 16-year-old Dean Hopkins is still there. I think he was injured for a couple of weeks, but yeah, he seems to make some good appearances from the bench. Yeah, 1 appearance, 4 substitutes, and 3 assists. It's one to watch if he gets some game time. I like it. I like it a lot.
It looks good. Luke's saying that Risa can play centre forward. Seen it before.
That'd be good. There you go. 1 week punt.
If you've got him, stick the VC on
him. Yeah, Pirlo is right. Liverpool probably won't score 5 more goals for the rest of the season. But if Michael Owen comes back, then they might be in business. So yeah, otherwise for City, all looking fine. Newcastle at home. I don't really think City have kind of, apart from anybody who's still stuck with Jermaine Wright, who's had a scorching start to the season, not done too much. But they've got 4 homes in the next. 3 homes in the next 4. So not a bad run to start.
I did notice the other day when I did a quick look that I logged out my team, but if you look at midfielders under, I think it was under 7 million, 3 Man City midfielders were in the top 6, so they are offering value. I've not touched any of them all season.
Flitcroft, Wright, and Svensson. I mean, Svensson's on 6 assists. Yeah, Jermaine Wright's 6 goals, 1 assist. Flitcroft's on 6 attacking returns as well.
Done all right.
Done all right. I mean, One Chop's quietly got 7 goals so far this season. Top scorer is Phillips with 11. So yeah, he's been ticking along as well. So yeah, not a bad fixtures wise. Yeah, not a bad time to jump on.
There you go. So midfielders under 7 million and under. Top is Simon Davis, then Svensson, then Wright, then Flitcroft. So yeah, sorry, it's 3 in the top 4.
Nice.
One Chop. I think he got a lot of his goals at the start, didn't he? But yeah, he's been good.
If you had to go for one City midfielder for this next run, what would you go?
I think you'd have to go Flitcroft because he's 5 million.
Is that all? Actually, that's decent.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Yeah. I think purely because of value.
Yeah, saving 2 million, go elsewhere.
Yeah.
No problem with that. Jermaine Wright, is he 6? Might be 6.
It's Wright 6 and Svensson is 7. So they're playing 4-4-2, 4-4-2. Then they play Everton. So who got the wing? So I think the fact that I'd probably go for the cheaper one. I think if it's a game against a load of wing backs, you might choose Svensson, but yeah, make the saving and go for the cheap one.
I mean, Tiato's still there as well. He's had a quiet season. But I think, his goals have been distributed elsewhere in midfield.
Yeah, I think he's worried about Hopkins.
I'd be.
Just a bit pressure.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's creative, passing, works hard. 16 years of age. Watch this space. Cool, on to United. So a couple of orange flags. So from returning injuries. So Gary Neville is back to 90%. He's out for a few days and they play tomorrow. So every chance Gary Neville's back at right back. Ryan Giggs is out for a few days left. He's also 90%. So equally, he could come back on the left. So other than that, you're looking all right. They repped midweek in the League Cup. So the likes of Ruud at 100%. Veron, Nedved. And poor Luke Chadwick, who from Gameweek17 does start his 3-match ban. So given that normally have a lot of versatility on the right, yeah, you could be looking at Ben Muirhead like you were saying earlier, Dave.
Or Nedved can play on the right as well. But then, so it could be, I think the Giggs is still out, so could it be Georgic on the left, Nedved on the right? You'd probably go Muirhead, wouldn't you? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
We
He's
got
on
him in.
89%, is he?
Muirhead's on 89.
And what's Georgic on?
Georgic's looking good.
100, so yeah. Fancy Georgic. I think I fancy Georgic to start purely just on that. And then maybe Nedved on the right, we'll see. I don't know if anyone else can play on the right. Weber, I think he's a striker, really, isn't he? He's a striker. And Ronnie Johnson's, he's requested. Where is he?
Not Jamal Johnson.
It's his brother. He wants a new challenge, but he's still playing, isn't he? I've noticed he's got quite a few starts this season. Nine starts.
Yeah. It's kind of where Rocky Jr.'s been playing right back. He's been sort of fitting in alongside Ugo. Does have a manager job release clause, so could just disappear at any stage. Like we saw David Seaman.
New Spurs manager.
New Spurs manager. That'd be nice. As long as he gets sacked. Although I've got Sereni in my team, so I do want him to go, but I just want to go quickly so they can stop losing.
So I think if you've got, for me, if you're on double Tottenham goalkeepers, you've got to be looking at potentially for the run that, I don't know, if you're going to stick in for them for the next 10 weeks, is a hit worth it to go to a different goalkeeper? I'd say if it was Sereni, I would do, because they've been so bad at the back.
Yeah, I feel like if I'd been playing normally, I would have got rid of him already. Yeah. So the point swing over heaven, although it's not been as bad the last few weeks, but yeah, those first 6-7 weeks or so were killer. Cool. Yeah. So not too much really for United there.
No.
Away at Sunderland next. So yeah, not a week where you probably won't see the armband too heavily on Ruud, but you know what you can do in an away game, in any game.
Yeah.
Borough. So here we got Borough.
Andy Johnson's requested a transfer.
Alan Johnston.
Alan Johnson, sorry. Alan Johnson.
But he'd now like to stay at the club.
Okay, one of those.
One of those. So here we got Alan Boxic, still out for 2 weeks with a calf strain. And Charlie Miller's still out for 2 months. Nearly picked him in my team. Southgate is orange flagged, 90%. Starting to get some non-playing stats as well. Reckon he'd make a good manager. So you've got, other than that, really, yeah, they rotated. Ricard's at 96%. Otherwise, yeah, everyone's okay. So yeah, probably another couple of weeks while Boxic is out, where they will use that Selakovic in that dip forward position. You think?
I can't see any other way. Yeah, I think they do the same.
And been potent as well. And yeah, Luke Sable did a really good vid, little short vid, sort of comparing the two. But yeah, it's really interesting that since he's been in this position, in that sort of drop forward position, it was kind of like in that season 1, wasn't it, with Spurs, when he was in that AMC role. That's what you wanted when he was when you had him.
And can you just click on him again? Just want to have a quick look at his. So I picked up something the other day with decisions, and it's apparently quite an important stat, because if you're in the right position, so like an AMC with good decisions, it will know to pass to the striker, which might help that the strikers next to him is playing well. And Maxim Tsigalko, who is supposed to be the best player in the game, one of the reasons why I think he's really good is because he's got terrible decisions. I can't remember. I read this the other day. It might have been Luke. It might have been someone else.
Yeah, I think I heard Luke saying this.
I think it was Luke. So because he's got bad decisions, he'll just go and shoot, because rather than go play at someone else, and because he's shooting so good, he'll end up scoring loads. So perhaps on that, that's potentially why Selakovic is good, because he's got good decisions and in the role that he plays. Plus, look, like, agility, acceleration, creativity. He's just got all the, they're not 20s, but they're high enough to be able to support the striker.
Yeah, definitely. No, I like him. Although so we obviously priced him as a forward this year. Not expecting him to be in the same size as Hamilton Ricard. I think you still probably look at Rickard, don't you?
I've had Rickard for ages, and I'm not looking to get rid for a while.
Andy Martin in the chat. Evening, mate. Sorry, I know you were interested in Halifax. They've got an away game at Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. So for Miles Bloke, the developer manager, I put him in. Cool. Anyone else really? Borough. They got Villa away. Villa away next, then the double. So yeah, anybody else you'd consider? So you'd think that Rickard for the double would be might be a popular captain still. Man City at home.
Yeah.
I'm on Man United. Defensively, do you think about them defensively? Like Honcho, Southgate coming back.
I think a lot of people are going Atherton at the moment. I can see the logic. I just think they've got a lot of aways afterwards. Tough one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. I think it's other defenders I want to go for first. I've already got Rickard and Gronkia, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
It's had a quiet start. He had the one assist that come through last week, but yeah, for his price, you can't complain, can you?
No.
Cool. Let's go. Newcastle. Just a classic case of just a brilliant week for Champ. Just classic Champ. As I was saying to you after the game last week, just with the weirdest stuff. And there's nothing more Champ than a team running through two goalkeepers in the same game. Well, that was interesting actually in terms of who came in their League Cup game.
He is shit,
wow,
isn't he? Wow.
That's special.
I wouldn't even play him in a conference game. He's that bad. Who have they got on the bench?
Jonathan Brain.
Cooper?
Is it Gary Cooper? Goalkeeper defender. Love those.
Oh, brilliant.
Love those. Regen. It's like it's suddenly been generated because they haven't got enough goalkeepers they can play. But yeah, Jonathan.
So they're in trouble, aren't they?
Oh, Jonathan Brain is also a regen. So yeah, they might be in a bit of trouble given is at 66%. He is orange flagged. He's only out for 1 day with a damaged heel.
But I think
he might play.
I think he's low enough to not play.
Hey, who have they
got? Who else have they got goalkeeper wise?
That's it. Shit. That's genuinely it.
And they got Man City away. That's tempting, isn't it?
John, he's clever. I get that, Luke. That's good. He's good. He's got a brain on him. He's determined, which is all you can ask of any player coming through. So, very interesting. Do Newcastle play a Shay Given on one leg, or do they go for, some absolute garbage? Be interesting to see. So obviously, if they do start Given, the chance of him coming off early for somebody terrible is pretty high.
They play today, do they?
They do play today. As for Steve Harper, he's out for 2 weeks with the strained knee ligaments. Craig Bellamy is out for 2 weeks. That's a new injury. Otherwise, I thought Micah Hyde made a move. Then it's actually Mike Hyde, not the same guy. I'm sure I made that joke a couple of weeks ago. Can I change Gary Cooper's name to Pinky, please? Just give him a nickname. Give him nicknames, can't you? Yeah. Cool. Otherwise, who else is? They're not looking great.
No.
Just in general. So Gary Holt is 90%, 10 days with a tall groin muscle. So could feature. Be painful. Yeah. Man City away. Go back to when we were talking about Man City assets. Might not be a bad one to target. Norwich, for anybody who's, easy decision for anybody who's on anyone Norwich. Everyone's at 100%, apart from Alex Notman. He's out for 3 months due to surgery. So everybody else is looking all right, including their new goalkeeper. Andy Marshall, star player, interestingly. who's coming from Preston North End for 5.75 million, which is pretty chunky for a keeper, I think, in this game.
Okay, so he's come to Norwich and he's ex Ipswich. They won't like that.
Ouch.
Portman Road.
Flying high with Preston, doing well in Div 1 this year. But yeah, I mean, he made 3 games.
And he was at Norwich before that. Look at that.
Legend.
Oh, is it Gillingham?
Made 5 games, 96, 97.
I don't remember him.
I can't say I remember him at Bournemouth either, if I'm honest.
We had Vince Bartram around that time, I think.
But yeah, Norwich legend. Sorry, apologies to Norwich fans. We're calling him a traitor when in fact he's a legend. So I mean, an upgrade on Billy Mercer. Yes, he's had a couple of. I mean, average. That's not a good average rating for a keeper. It's low anyway.
Shit, isn't it? I hadn't realised that.
It's not good. So I mean, he's been kind of in and out with Mike Taylor. So yeah, Andy Marshall to come in as a star player. He's come in as a, check the old notes. He's coming at 4.5. So I mean, nobody's buying Norwich keepers, but they have got 3 homes in the next 4. Leicester at home, Watford at home, and Bolton at home. All 3 of those. I mean, you're probably not going to buy a Norwich keeper on wildcard, but 4.5 is there as an option. Could shore them up.
We've already gone well over an hour, by the way.
We try every week. We try and think we're going to do it like that much every time. We never do.
If there's a Grand Prix on, we'll be racing through it.
Definitely. But no, it's good. Having fun. Hope everyone else is still sticking with us.
We're not at work in the morning. I think a lot of us aren't, so there's no rush.
That's it. My missus at a gig tonight, so obviously bowling for soup. Do you like a bit of punk?
Did that song "Girl All the Bad Guys Want"? Was that them?
That's it. Now I'm the one who's into my music and my gigs, and she got a late call this afternoon to go see them. It's like, all right. So yeah, no time delay for me. Sunderland. You've got Gary Teal. Damn it, in my dead team. He's out for a week, still with a pulled hamstring. Orange flagged. Jacob Larson is 32% orange flagged. 10 days with strained knee ligaments, and they play United at home tomorrow. So yeah, who was playing right back for them? Michael Dobson. He's featured a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, because I think when one of the centre backs was out, Lawson went into the centre, and then Dobson's played right back.
Yep.
Michael Gray's been disappointing this season, hasn't he? Was he a 5 million or 5.5? But he can be quite good on this.
Yeah, I feel like he had a really good season last year. Well, yeah, 7 assists.
He's done all right.
6 assists last season. Yeah, I felt like he popped up quite a lot. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Everyone else looking all right. Emerson Tomes 1 yellow away. Kevin Phillips is at 100%. I think that's it. Don't think anything new on them. So yeah, Man United at home.
Do you keep Phillips? Do you keep what's his face? The other Sunderland striker.
Sibon.
Libra.
Libra.
Yeah. Surprised that Libra started more than Sibon, the way the pricing was.
Yeah. I mean, we thought it'd be kind of fairly even, I guess. But I mean, Libra's done well in the games he's played in, right? So, so I think that's been a factor. Sibon has featured at right wing, right mid, on the odd occasion. So yeah, he's kind of still featured as well. So yeah, it's been interesting. I mean, Letal, who signed in the summer, barely got a look in. He's all right. Probably be a good partner for Phillips actually, but yeah, doesn't seem to get in. I mean, yeah, Sunderland. So you got United at home, Leicester away. It's not a bad fixture next week. Given Liverpool put 5 past them, then you got Chelsea at home, Liverpool away. Yeah. I mean, you're not selling Phillips at home. You're not selling a home striker this week, are you?
Tough one, that, isn't it? Yeah, he can
You're
score
not
against
doing it.
anyone.
You're not. Yeah, I don't think you're doing it.
Because I don't think there's anyone massively obvious. Well, no, obviously there's the lead strikers. That's the thing. With Leeds home to Bradford, that kind of makes sense. But if you've already got a lead striker, I think if I had him, I'd sell him.
Phillips the last, and you think?
If it were me, I'd sell him. Yeah,
I don't like him.
Regret it.
I don't like selling home strikers who've got a game coming up at home. It's you roll the dice. I think you know what the risks are, especially with someone like Kevin Phillips. Like you say, he doesn't tend to score in the games you expect him to.
Maybe a lot of people will keep him because people are looking to make other moves this week that are jumping off. You got players injured and suspended, and there's a bit of a swing for Man U as well. So people may hold him.
Okay, Spurs. Rebrov is still out for 3 months. That's a big one. We knew that. Everson, who was a doubt last week, is back. Unhappy. But he's back. Hasn't started a league game this season. He's had a few injuries, but 2 months with a broken collarbone.
So it was Selakovic and Rebrov, wasn't it? And then he was just about to play, and then I think Wood got a game, and then he got injured. But that unhappiness, that will be. I think it seems to pause from when they have an injury. That feels he should be a first team regular. Like I've noticed, it doesn't. That doesn't happen when they're injured. If that makes sense.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think he'll come back in and start playing at the expense of one of the cheapies.
So, I mean, Martin Wood, he's unhappy. Wants a new contract. I mean, 1,400 quid a week. Yeah, you feel like he's. I mean, he's been disappointing. I guess he's been in your 4.5 team, I imagine, for a while.
Pretty much perma captain and done bugger all. Yeah. People who signed him have been quite unlucky. But I think if it was Selakovic with him, he would have scored more. But hey ho. But then when it was a big surprise when Rushbury played ahead of him with Rebrov, I was really surprised by that. But that's probably because Rushbury got a goal or two and Wood's not been scoring. So where is he? There.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you.
It would suggest that it would be Rushbury and Everson up front this week. Potentially going by what's happened.
You think Wood misses out?
Wouldn't want to put my money on it, but potentially, yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, what else we got? Poyer's at 92%. Sereni's at 93%. I mean,
Clark keeps coming in and playing 4 million left back, and he's crap. And then they put Ziege left wing, and they're much better when they put Ziege left back and Etherington left wing.
Oh, wow. That's Bunjezovic is unhappy. A lot of despondency. Well, wouldn't call them a club in crisis, but they are in the relegation zone. And yeah, you feel like, I mean, what? Everton at home, in desperate need of a result, surely.
With Everton's main keeper out, they've got to win that, haven't they?
Well, if we see the likes of Everton start, I mean, so what's Everton priced at? Just out of interest.
8 or 9?
He's 8 million. There's probably better options. Yeah. Yes. Yes. McLeish is still in a job. Somehow, some way. Last one. Onto Watford. Petkov is still out for 2 weeks, so he's not too far away. Joe Tesson 90%. Orange flagged. He's a doubt for this week. Might return. What was his injury? Sorry, torn groin muscle. Yeah, not great. Otherwise, yeah, generally looking
Johnson.
Okay.
He how far is
Johnson now?
Sorry.
Sorry. 2 weeks away with the torn groin muscle. So yeah,
same injury as Petkov. So I think with certain injuries they do play and certain ones they don't when they're orange flagged. So it looks like I think they'll both come back in, and I think Pitcher's out. I think if you've got Pitcher, he's great, and then he'll probably drop out potentially, but it's probably a little bit too late to jump on Pitcher now.
So
for me.
Petkov's a red flagged. Sorry,
red flagged. Right, so he's ankle ligament. Sorry, and
yeah,
it's
sorry,
Tessim's got the groin.
that's right. Yeah, so
right. So I think that in 2 weeks' time when they both come back in, I think that Pitcher. I think if you've got Pitcher, you keep him, and then he'll probably drop out. But if you don't have him, it's probably too late. And I think because Johnson was starting at the start of the season when I had everyone.
with you.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, Johnson was a doubt last week. He was orange flagged last week as well. Didn't feature. So, but no, good shouts. I mean, yeah, Watford, pretty poor.
Amazidis unhappy.
Wants a new challenge. It's only been there a year.
I've got Atmazidis and Sereni as rotating goalkeepers, which has turned into a little bit of a disaster. They rotate perfectly home and away, but they've both been just dog shit. So I'm so tempted to take a hit to go to Kirkland this week for Sereni.
And I guess that's it, right? I'm thinking, and this is kind of where, neither Rob or I really expected Heedman to go absolutely bonkers like he did at the start of the season. But yeah, I mean, even just looking at ownership, Heedman's 44% owned, Sereni's 22.5%. Then you've got Bray, then you've got Jaskalainen at 5 million, 12, and then Tim Flowers 11.6. So yeah, I guess, and Atmanzidis is down at 9. So yeah, it's kind of fair that people are still putting, having a 4.5 keeper. People looking at Kirkland at 5 million is a potential option on wildcard. But yeah, I think that 4.5 was kind of we wanted to say if you want a much more consistent goalkeeper in that sense, you're going to have to pay a bit more money. We didn't want to have another UC this year, which was just easy. I didn't move UC last year, and many went with Heedman, and he's a good keeper.
He's actually a good keeper. It's just I think that the Coventry's results will probably even out a bit now, and his returns won't be as good. Interesting. Look at that 6-6, 7-6-6.
Yeah, it's not kept.
It's just not conceded many, though, have they?
Not kept a clean sheet for 4 weeks. No, hang on, 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's his save points, though, isn't it? They're really good.
Yeah, he's still getting 1-2 a week. They face a lot of shots.
And totally understand Kirkland. I think I'm going to go there this week for a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have they got coming up? Arsenal at home, Bradford away, United at home, Sunderland at home. And they've got 3 aways. So yeah, I mean, you're not necessarily looking at immediate fixture runs because you're not going to jump on and off, but yeah, you know what they can. When Liverpool when they play a proper. Stop pissing about with Risa in centre back. Hippier and Biscan can do really nicely. Cool. That's the teams. Anything quickly to check? Home table.
No goals conceded at home.
By Man United. Even need 2 by Leeds and Borough. It's quite interesting. Down here, I mean, Blackburn, they've just not been scoring. But yeah, Watford with their no fair football. Norwich have only scored 6 at home. This isn't going to help. I mean, even Bradford haven't been scoring either. Leeds, United, Arsenal, interestingly, Villa, Leicester, all doing well at home. Away, God, United have only conceded 4 goals all season.
Unbelievable.
Leeds 6. Even goal scored 15 for United's decent. And 17-16 Leicester. Leicester and Coventry and Blackburn only scored. So yeah, we go. Blackburn only scored 2 goals away from home in 8.
John Shanley, Alexo injuries and bans tab, please.
Injuries. Bans.
There we go.
There we go. Cool. Team stats. Yeah, United form. Pretty good. Yeah, Blackburn suffering. Yep, still United at 23 games now, unbeaten. Pretty mad.
Amazing. Yeah.
Player ratings.
Last and top.
Last and top. Carbone. Passing. Go on, lad.
As a midfielder, but yeah.
Atherton's a midfielder. He's class of DM.
He's 33. Didn't realise that.
No, I didn't.
John Shanley, no, next to profile. Not quite sure what you mean. For Alexo. Next to profile. Injuries and bans are the tab.
Oh, sorry.
Right, there you go. Slakovic still. Slakovic still 100% shots on target.
Yes, I think he was. Yep, still 100%.
So yeah, John, he's lacking match practice, but yes, he's ready to play. I never quite know what that does if they're lacking match practice. If they're more likely to get an injury.
Yeah, I think I thought their condition dropped quicker. But yeah, Luke, if you're still, or anybody else, if you know the answer, do let us know. Cool. Anything else? Anything coming up? What are we in November?
We're interested to see when the fixtures fall over the Christmas period. That's when you get a little bit of rotation and the fixtures are quite close to each other.
Yes, we'll have a look. We have got Europe in the midweek coming up for Leeds. What's this? That's Tuesday. You got United and Chelsea in the Champions League. No, yes, we have. Sorry, UEFA Cup. That's on the Thursday. Yep. So you got Villa, Blackburn. So yeah, after this game week, before next week, there's another round of fixtures for the top teams. Sure, Andy. Yeah. So we had a look at this at the start. So yeah, McLeish is still very insecure. Wenger is just insecure. And then Halifax Town are still top.
Top of the league. Who have they got up front?
Matthew Clark, 4 in 14. Steve Kerrigan, 6 in 19.
Not amazing.
Kevin Bradley, no.
The reps against York by the looks of things.
Yeah, top scorer is 8, so they're sharing the goals around.
Just solid at the back.
Okay. So yeah, and then they got a quarter final at Stamford Bridge. Go on, Bournemouth. Okay. Cool. We've been going on long enough. Anything else you want to see, Dave, while we're here?
I think that was. Oh, did Andy have one other thing he asked about? No.
We've done job security, done league position. So yeah, we've got Europe in the midweek coming up.
Do we have the referees? Do we know who the refs are for the next games?
I think they get decided. They come up here, don't they?
And does it change though, doesn't it, sometimes?
Hang on, whoa. Start again. Sometimes it comes. Oh, that's because it's
tomorrow. So if it's today, then we know.
I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll let Rob do that.
Obviously not. No worries.
Let him do that.
Yeah, that's it, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, cool. I say like to try and sort of check the news, see what stuff's going on, just in general. Obviously, because we're at Brighton, it doesn't really give us too much to go off. Kevin Phillips has been praised recently. Although Shreve's saying while Phillips has been performing well, there's no room for complacency, which is fair. It's true to form for Peter Shreves.
Where's Alexandra Farnerud at the moment?
Oh, spelling for me.
Farnerud.
And Scorona.
It's made up statistics, but yeah, he's quality. Whenever I've signed him, hopefully he'll get a move to the Prem.
Nice.
All right.
Right, I think we'll leave it there. unless anyone else has got any questions in the chats, give it a couple of minutes. Otherwise, yeah.
Oh, just the fixtures over Christmas. That was
Oh, sorry,
one.
you were
Just
saying, yeah.
interested to see when that falls in terms of
So,
game weeks.
let's go. That's 21, 20, 19. So, yeah, we've got. Yeah. That's this week. So Norwich Leicester play on the Monday. Sorry, this week. I haven't gone through that. Sunderland United, Tottenham Everton play on the Sunday. And you got 4 games on the Saturday, 5 on the Sunday, the Monday, and then you got the double. Then you got those TV fixtures, and then then you've got 5 days until 20.
Yep.
21. So,
that's the way you go Saturday to Wednesday. I think
you've got 7
might
days.
see a little bit of rotation between
Saturday to
those
Tuesday.
two.
Yeah.
Saturday to Tuesday. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Although you've got, interestingly, Sunderland the only team who end up playing away. The rest of the teams, the same home teams for those 2 game weeks. 3 weeks actually. Most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where, it's gonna be an interesting time if you were thinking about using that second wild card or first wild card if you still got it. Yeah, we've got teams like Arsenal, Chelsea, Watford. If you care about that, Everton. So there's a few teams that have got 3 home games in a row, which is obviously quite cool to target.
Yeah.
So there you go. Then we're into 2004, where the time's gone. Cool. No other questions. Let's call it there. Dave, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate your insights. Appreciate you giving your time up as well.
No
A
problem.
lot at the moment. I feel like we're asking a lot of you to jump on.
Well, I think it'll be somebody else on this Thursday and this Sunday. But no, it's been good the last couple of weeks, and good luck to everyone this week. May your arrows be green.
Absolutely. Cool. With that, yes, didn't say Happy Easter. So sorry. Happy Easter, everyone. Hope
Easter.
you, for those who have still got another day off tomorrow, enjoy. And we will. I saw dropping the note that Scarface is off holiday after seeing Family, whoever that is. We'll have a look at the sim in a minute and then fire the leak across and see if he's not grumpy enough to just let everybody have it because it's Easter. Thanks, everyone. All the best.
Cheers.